Hello, friends. It's John Ryan here for Financial Coaching. I'm here with Rudy Upshaw from Cross Shield Financial. Rudy, happy Super Bowl weekend. How are you doing today?
Oh my gosh, John, I'm so excited to check out the game this weekend, the hype around it, and just the ads are also pretty good too.
It's
So we'll
it's
we'll see what happens this year.
it's become a holiday, right? It's
It
become
has.
a tradition. I love the Super Bowl. I love football. And every year I'm reminded of what a big event it is, what a huge economic boom it creates, right? The cities that host the Super Bowl have the giant stadiums, they have the hotel capacity. And nowadays, if you don't also have some entertainment and, a mega restaurant capacity in some way to really take care of that influx of people, you're not in the game, right? And so that's a really big deal.
Yeah.
Have you also noticed the hype about one of America's favorite singers lately, Rudy?
Um, which one would that be, John?
The pretty girl that's
Pretty
dating one of the
girl.
football players. You
Uh, s-
familiar with
yeah, yeah. Who is
Miss
that, John?
Swift? I love to talk about Taylor Swift because it's the same kind of thing, Rudy. The cities that she visits. I read an article the other day that say it's almost the equivalent of the Super Bowl, right?
Hmm.
The taxis, the restaurants, the hotel rooms, the Uber rides. She brings so much economic activity to an area when she comes to the city. It's
Yeah.
just incredible. And I like to celebrate the positive side of it too. I hear that she pays her truck drivers well. I hear that she takes care of her staff, that she's really, you can hate it or love it. Taylor Swift is an economic storm that
Yeah.
comes to your city. Have you heard those things?
Oh my gosh, John. Yeah. What, yeah. I mean, just when the movie came out last year, because of the movie, it brought her over that 1 billion net worth figure. And when you look at the actual that number, I mean, it's hard to wrap my mind around what $1 billion net worth for a person looks like, It's
Love it,
incredible.
Rudy. Thanks for bringing that up. I've talked about that with my kids because for me, even in the financial world, I have to remind myself, we talked with Laura about it, that that's 1,000 million. 1,000 million is her net worth. And so I joke, for me, for my clients, if Taylor Swift can do 1 billion, we can each do 1 million, right? So to become an everyday millionaire, if Taylor can be up here at a
Yeah.
thousand million, we in our lifetime can be worth 1 million. So I love that lesson.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that here's the big takeaway, Rudy. You and I help people become different, right? The average person is stuck on the consumer side of the equation, right? We're the
Yeah.
ones consuming the Super Bowl, consuming the Taylor Swift concerts. And what we need to do is break through that and actually become an investor, an owner. Talk with me for a moment about how we accomplish that, Rudy.
Oh, John, fantastic question. So, and you mentioned the average mindset, maybe of the average American. We are so conditioned with marketing, with things that are bombarding us. Listen, we work really hard for every dollar that we make, John, and just as hard as we are working for that dollar, there are other sources, other forces, other things that are wanting to have us let go of that hard-earned dollar and give it to them, right? I mean,
Yes.
that's really kind of the pull and the struggle.
Yes.
And so you mentioned this idea of average. Well, the average American, we can really get tempted and kind of sucked into a lot of that behavior pattern many times for decades.
Yeah.
And we work with clients, and I was one of them for many, many years where, the patterns of how I thought about my money, the value that I bring to my own net worth. And you mentioned this owner mindset. For many years, I didn't have an owner mindset that I was in control of my destiny. I was in control of my finances, and I had goals that I was in control of actually making happen. So it wasn't until I actually met with a financial coach that helped me think about those things differently and let me know that I was in control of the things that I wanted to do with my money, that mindset for me shifted. And so it's kind of getting out of that mentality of nothing's going to change, everything's going to be the same, and I can't get ahead, I can't do anything because of all these other forces. That is absolutely not true, John.
I love it, Rudy. And it is those forces. It's really the nonstop marketing and the nonstop media that conditions people to basically live on the consumer side, right? It's fun. It's fun to spend that money. But the fact is, if you can control it, bring it down to a point where you're in balance, have some margin, and become an investor. You become an owner. We want to participate in capitalism on both sides of the equation. And too often people are stuck, as you said, for decades on the consumer side. They get to a point later in life where they just haven't, it's a little bit too late. They haven't gotten that scale to balance in the other direction as an owner. And so I love the fact that we help people see that big picture, master the fundamentals, because we're not Taylor Swift, right? We're not Travis Kelce. We're not George Kittle, but
Not
we
yet.
are,
Not yet.
we are, we are powerful
Yes,
human beings. We're powerful
correct.
Americans that can participate in this in a powerful way, build wealth, and have a beautiful life. Again, because the economy is such a roaring fire, the economy has so many layers. I think it's important to remind people that we've never seen an economy like this in history, right? I love to teach people those lessons that really since World War II and since America has become this mega power, and the rest of the world has learned to copy us in the right way. Now we've got problems. There's everything's not perfect, but it's an unprecedented moment in time that we live in. We should seize that moment, work with good people, work with coaches, and just do the best we can to enjoy this party while it lasts. So thank you,
Absolutely.
Rudy.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the 49ers, by the way. I'm really looking forward to it. And if they show Taylor Swift, I'm just going to get up and clap. I think she wears that red lipstick well.
Hey, you know what? We want to celebrate success, right? In the right way, and Taylor's obviously done that. We're a Chiefs household, so we're just kind of go that way, and you and I will duke it out, on our text messages as the game unfolds.
I love it. Thanks, Rudy. Great conversation this morning, and I will talk with you after the Super Bowl.
Perfect, John. Take care.
All right.
Bye.